What's up, Unlimited Lifers? Coach Corey here. Together we do it better. And in this video, I am going to continue on with my training. In the last video, I showed you guys how to leverage other Facebook groups in order to start growing your personal brand and business. And in this one, I'm going to show you the next step of that process, right? So how to add 5,000 friends, how to get your 5,000 friends on Facebook, and do that with highly targeted leads for your niche or industry. So right now we're in the Unlimited Life Academy, guys. This is my Facebook group. If you want to learn more on this stuff, if you want to be able to ask me questions live, I do a lot of live trainings inside of my Unlimited Life Academy group. Make sure that you join. There's a link in the description below. And get going there, because you want to make sure that you join, and then that way you can watch me doing my live videos, ask me questions, all that kind of cool stuff. But until then, make sure that you at least subscribe to this channel, turn on the notifications. That way you guys will see my videos as soon as they come out, because that's what I teach here. I teach everything like online marketing, how to grow your personal brand and business using Facebook, right? So again, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to start growing your friends list in a way that you're going to get highly targeted people into your programs or into your business or whatever it is that you're trying to do. It's just a great way to get a lot of leads and build up some great relationships actually using Facebook. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So in the last video, I showed you guys I was doing these posts in these other groups, right? So if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch that video first. But inside of these groups, guys, what you're going to see is... oh, hang on, wrong group. Let's see, I got all these notifications. I'll find one. Here it is, right? So inside this group, the ClickFunnels official group, I have this post, right? And I came in here and I talked about how you just add value, right? Once people start interacting with this, guys, all you're gonna do is try to find people that aren't already your friends. And the easiest way to do that is click on the actions and go through. And this, anytime that you do a post, you want to make sure that anybody that likes or hearts or comments on your post, you are friends with, or send them a friend request, right? So in this group, that's already done. I'm already friends with her. I'm already friends with them. Let me go back over to this other group, because I know in there's probably some people that are interacting that I'm not friends with, right? So this was the other group that I demonstrated that same post. And you can see, like, when I came into this group, using the strategy that I just taught in my last video, I have my post is in the new activity. Even though it's almost an hour old, it's still at the top of the page. So anytime somebody comes into this group, they're going to see my post first, and then it's a better chance of them actually interacting with it. So once people start interacting with it, all you got to do, on your desktop, you're just going to click on this. You can do the same thing on your phone. Click on the reactions, and it's just going to pull up a list of everybody that reacts with your post, right? And here's the important part. This is how you grow your highly targeted audience. So you can see there's 2 people out of the 15, 2 people that I'm not friends with, right? So I'm just going to add friend. And then if they ask you, why'd you ask me to be friends? You're just going to say, hey, I saw that you liked my post, or you hearted my post, whatever, and I just wanted to send you a friend request. Plain and simple. These are the people that are most likely gonna, they already like your stuff. So all you're doing is basically giving them an invitation to start seeing more of your stuff, right? And the other thing that you're gonna do, you're gonna do the same thing with people that are actually commenting, because sometimes people will comment, but they won't actually react with the post, right? So you just want to make sure that you go through your comments, and then make sure that you're friending anybody that comments on your post. So already friends. I think I just sent them a friend request, right? And that's all you're doing. First and foremost, you want to do that with your posts, because your posts are going to be the most powerful. These are people that already like you. They already like your stuff. They think that you're giving away good value. So they're going to be way more likely to actually follow you, accept your friend request, and follow you, right? Now, with that being said, let's move on to the next part of the strategy. So this next part, guys, is just going into those groups. So I always recommend joining 5 to 10 different groups, right? You can see all these over here in my shortcuts. These are all my top groups. These are the ones I usually go into, right? But what you're gonna want to do to start targeting your friends, if this is like a super, I know that this group is a super highly active, engaged group, and they're buyers, right? So I'm gonna go into this group, and Blake Newbar is the admin, right? So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search for his name, Blake Newbar. I'm going to search for his name, and then what you're going to see, because he's the admin, he should be getting the most interactions on his post, right? So I'm just going to find his post and do the same exact thing that I just showed you with my post, except for this time I'm going to use his post, right? Now, typically, whenever I do this, if I do this strategy, instead of doing all up here, I'm just going to click on the hearts, right? Because the hearts are the most important. So I'm already friends with everybody that's done the hearts. You could always, do the likes as well. I could go in here and just like add these people as friends, Typically, like I said, I try to go for people that are interacting on a higher level, right? So if they do the heart, I try to interact with them first, like send them the friend request first. And then that's all there is to it, right? And you can go back and you can just look at these other posts. Try to find posts that have the most reactions, right? Like this one has 98 reactions or 100 reactions. So I'm going to go on here and click on this one. And this was actually by somebody else, right? That was Colton Croninger. So again, I always check out the hearts. And then I just go through and add friends. Anybody that I'm not already friends with. And you can go one step further and actually check out the profile by just hovering over it and kind of see what they're about. But typically, if they're interacting, I just send them a friend request, right? Send, add friend, and you can do this for all those groups. And it's just a really simple way of getting the most active, engaged people, right? Now, if you already have your personal profile funnel set up, so by now you should have already grabbed my training on how to set up your personal profile with profitableprofiles.com. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, guys. But again, you want to make sure that you have your profile set up to where it's going to draw people either into your Facebook group or into something along those lines, right? So if we look at let's look at my profile real quick, just to show you guys again like how it should be set up. So right now, I teach people how to grow Facebook groups, and it's got like this little fake button here. That's what you're going to be learning inside of Profitable Profiles, right? It's going to show you how to set this all up. It's going to show you how to set up your whole profile so that people will automatically start following you or join your groups or whatever. Because this is what's going to happen. All those people that I was just sending friend requests to, what's the first thing you do when you get a friend request? You go and you check out that person's profile, right? Like, we'll just go through my, all these people send me friend requests. Most of these look kind of spammy or garbage. But first thing I do is I just hover over it, look at the profile. I'm like, doesn't really, do anything for me, right? So see how these are just like regular pictures, like the pictures of mountains, pictures of pictures, like all this kind of jazz. Well, what happens when you look at my personal profile? So if I put my name in here, just because I want you to see what it looks like on here, right? So when people hover over my personal profile, it says free training on how to grow a Facebook group fast. Grow a Facebook group to 1,000 plus members in 90 days or less. Free download. So people are probably 10 times more likely to come in here and actually click on this, right? To follow it. And that's going to ultimately give them my free ebook that I did on how to grow a Facebook group fast. And then ultimately get them inside of my Facebook group, which is what this is all about, right? So that's it, guys. That's how you can leverage other people's Facebook groups in order to build your own personal brand, business, your own Facebook group, whatever it is that you're trying to do. That's how you grow. That's how you grow your friends list, right? So you can see. Let me go back to my personal profile. On my personal profile, I typically try to stay like around 4,000 friends. And what I'll do is I'll add a bunch of friends and then I'll delete a bunch of friends. Anybody that's not interacting, which I would do another video later in this series on how to do that, like how to delete the friends that aren't active or engaged. But again, the biggest thing, I got 4,380 friends. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll delete a bunch of people that aren't active with my profile. That way I can go out there and find more people that are active, right? And that is how you grow your Facebook friends list to 5,000 highly targeted people. Because again, you're joining groups and you're just targeting the people that are actually active, right? In the past, I used to do it to where I would just join a group and then I would go into the members area and just like send friend requests to everybody that was a member, right? I would go in here, I'd do this, and I would just go down until I found members. But the problem with that is, guys, you're just gonna get a whole bunch of members that aren't active, right? It's way more better to go into a group, go into their discussion area. First and foremost, the first thing that you want to do, like I said, is you want to maybe we'll use ClickFunnels Official again. right, and show you that. So with ClickFunnels, this is a huge group, and Russell Brunson, right, he's the man. He's the owner of ClickFunnels. So if I put in his name, and search it, right, any post that he actually has done, which I'm not sure if he's done any, should have a ton of responses as well, right? So same thing right here, 74 comments or reactions. I mean, you're just gonna click on that, and then again, you're gonna go and find, whenever it's somebody else's post, I always try to do the hearts, like I said, just because it's one step further. But just make sure that you are adding friends of anybody that loved his post, right? Because those are going to be the people that are going to be the most active, most engaged. Once you do that, you can go back and look at other posts by him and do the same thing. Find one that has a lot of reactions. That's actually his post. Here's one that has 128. That should be a pretty good one, right? So you go in there, you just click on this, and then you're gonna select just the hearts. And same thing, just start at the top, scroll down, and send friend requests. That's all you are doing, right? Well, he already had 5,000 friends. And that's gonna happen. Add friend, add friend, add friend, add friend. And again, like in this one, because this is such a big group, there's going to be a lot of people that are probably kind of spammers or whatever. So you don't want to send them friend requests. You could take more time and actually check out their profile, like I was talking about earlier. But you can see how much more powerful it is to have a profile like mine, right? So make sure you go to profitableprofiles.com to see how to set your profile up just like mine. And that's how you do it. Add all these people as your friends, and then again, I'll show you in another video later in this series. Once you get all these friends added, there's all kinds of cool stuff that you can do. So I can actually send messages to everybody using a Google Chrome extension. I'll go over that in another video, but I can send messages to all these new friends, right? And the message can be whatever I want it to be, and it will just send them out to all of my new friends. And that way it starts a conversation, and then they'll start seeing my posts more often. And once they start seeing my posts, if they're not active, if they're not engaged in my posts, I'm going to show you in another video how you'll be able to actually get rid of them rather than having to go through your friends list one person at a time and delete them, right? So I'm just going to finish this up real quick. If you guys got any questions, feel free to comment in the comments below. And again, make sure you join my group, Unlimited Life Academy, because that's where I will be doing a lot more training, a lot more lives. You can ask questions on those lives, to get more answers that way. Oh, that's good enough for now, right? So yeah, make sure you guys join this group, Unlimited Life Academy. Ask questions when I do my lives, because this is what I teach. I teach all things like Facebook marketing and different strategies, right? A lot of strategies that I teach that a lot of others out there aren't teaching. So that's it for this video. Subscribe, like, share, and God bless.